think on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look straight to the third quarter. It killed us, and that's really disappointing. We turned the ball over way too many times. They scored points off of those turnovers, and it just kind of got away from us at that point. But I think, what did we hold them to? 27 points in the first half, and we gave up 26 in the third quarter. So that's it's not good. Obviously, it's not good. It's not good enough to win a ball game. But I thought Florida, they're tough. They've got some really long, lengthy athletes out there that really played well. I thought the Reynolds kid played really, really well. That lengthy athlete, that is, we just don't have that right now without Cara Dunn being back 100%. She's trying so hard, but it's going to be a little bit longer. We're trying to get her back going, and we'll get her there eventually. But anyway, we've got work to do. It's young in the season, and we'll get back at it.
Yeah, what'd you see from Russ tonight? She had a season high 30 points, 6 threes for her.
Yeah, Russ is 30 points. I mean, that's impressive. She's the kid she's a shooter. She's a scorer, but she's got some instincts, some natural instincts in her that you really you don't even have to coach them. They're just there. So you just have to help her get the ball in places where she can score. It'll keep getting harder and harder for her because people now are going to try to take that away. We've got to have other people ready to step up and take care of their end of things. But yeah, really have watched her blossom in the last, as the season's gone along, and yeah, that's a big night for her.
Do you feel that the way you closed out the first half, scoreless the last 5 minutes, did that carry over to the third quarter, do you think?
I guess you could say it did. I mean, you try to put that behind you. It wasn't like I was thinking about it. Hopefully they weren't thinking about it. You just get another opportunity to play 20 minutes, so you got to go out there and play it. But we just made some poor decisions tonight. We did. And we talked about different places where the ball was not going to be able to be passed, and we continued to try to pass it there. And I think it's a sign of youth. It's a sign of young players trying to make plays that just aren't there. And they're, so the ball gets forced, and that's a turnover, and Florida will make you pay for the turnovers.
Yeah, like you said, beyond Rusna, Tony's building off a great year, but there's a lot of youth on the court.
Yeah.
What has been the mix of what stood out about those players, but also has been there with the growing pains?
Well, I mean, it's just we're still trying to develop players. Jada Bediako played a lot of minutes, not almost 10 minutes tonight, and that's more than I think she's played this season. But she had the physicality to battle and bang inside with their big player. She's just going to get better and better. And so is Termes. She's going to, Ari is going to be a really nice player, but there's some development there that has to happen. And then we're still young. I mean, Blackshear is still a sophomore in playing experience. Tony's a sophomore. Inez Naguero's a sophomore. I mean, we're young. We're just young. And that's, so you don't want to, I've got to, as coaches, you have to understand that and continue to teach and have some patience, but yet we can't make the same mistakes over and over again. That's the part where you have to be smart, and you have to listen, and you have to try to execute what coaches are asking you to. But sometimes we just make some bad decisions.
Beside Russ and Tony having really good nights, was the offensive pace, did that feel too slow to you? Tony said that felt a little slow for her. Was it? How did that feel overall?
Well, they're a very fast team, so they're going to push their pace, and I was hoping we could push our pace, but they got back in transition. It's not like we really had any kind of driving lanes or opportunities. I thought that we missed some opportunities in the first half. We're still in this learning process of when is that a good shot, or do I need to pass it, or so we're still a little young in our decision-making process, but we've just got to get better at that. I mean, there's no excuse for passing up a good shot and then taking a shot when there's 3 people on you. So we've still got some learning and some growth to do in that area, and we'll get there. I know we'll get there. But we just have to stay at it.
And you all are readying for the second half of this non-conference schedule. What have you learned throughout this learning process, this first part of the season, that you want to carry into the coming months?
Well, you hope you learn some toughness, that you hope you're building your team chemistry. You hope that even through losses, wins, whatever, you want your team to grow closer and want to fight for each other and with each other. So a lot of this, the non-conference, is your team getting to know each other under duress. A lot of times it's under duress, and how do we perform under duress? And right now, it's been tough for us. I thought we battled in the Creighton game. We defended them well, but we didn't score well. But we were under a lot of duress in that game. This game also. So we have to. Even though you lose, you have to grow from it. You have to learn the lesson and move on and get better from it.
When you look at minutes moving forward, I imagine it's a tough decision for you to make on which direction to go. You have an experienced player at center, and then you have the young ones, who have no experience at all. What decisions do you have to make there, knowing that you really don't need scoring production because you have, Morgan and Russ, and then Inez is bound to get going again. So how difficult is that for you to decide, how to move forward?
My biggest concern right now, I'm looking at the numbers here, and obviously offensively we had some struggles tonight. We had a couple of kids that did pretty well, but I'll be really honest with you, defensively we've got some problems, and that's an area that we've got to get better at. We gave up way too many rebounds on their offensive end at critical times. We gave up things. We were guarding the post in a certain way. We didn't do it. So defensively, we've got to be, we went under screens on number 5. How many threes does she have? She was 2 for 4. But they're costly. They come at times that just are costly. But we guarded it wrong. So we've got to be able to be better defenders, more disciplined defenders, to stop people. Thanks, y'all.